Mark in Sacramento, California, watching Free Speech TV on DirecTV. You're on the air with Senator Sanders.
Good morning, Senator Sanders. It kind of breaks my heart just a little bit when I contemplate the billions of dollars that are going to be spent on this election cycle. And, I'm probably anticipating a Hillary attack ad during this year's Super Bowl, hopefully a Bernie Sanders attack ad during the Super Bowl. But I was wondering if you would support maybe an FCC or an election regulation that during the coming debates, when we see a candidate on television, that we can see their the contributions that have occurred, their total amount of contributions, maybe their top 5 donors. So at least we know which billionaires we're hearing from. We don't get to see the billionaires debate. What do you think of some kind of crazy idea like that?
No, Mark, it's not a crazy idea. In fact, there has been legislation introduced, which I strongly support, which is called the Disclosure Act. And what it doesn't go as far as you would like, but what it does do is it says that if the Koch brothers or other groups are putting money into TV, their faces have got to be in that ad, telling the American people or the people of a given state that they support that ad. So in other words, you have to inject some sense of who is sponsoring these ads in a personal way, rather than just have some phony organization spew out all kinds of lies and ugly stuff. Bottom line here is, Mark, you've put your finger on ultimately what I believe is the most important issue facing this country, because it touches on every other issue. It touches on climate change, it touches on education, it touches on the economy, it touches on everything. And that is right now as a result of this disastrous Citizens United Supreme Court decision. We are looking at a situation where billionaires like the Koch brothers, Sheldon Adelson, and others are pouring huge amounts of money into the political process. There are some people who now believe that the Koch brothers themselves are a more powerful political force than either the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. And the Koch brothers are an extreme right-wing family who want to end Social Security, end Medicare, end Medicaid, give more tax breaks to the rich and the EPA. And they are now the dominant, or one of the dominant political forces in America. That is why we have got to overturn, through a constitutional amendment, Citizens United, why we have to pass a Disclosure Act, and in my very strong opinion, if we are going to retain the foundations of American democracy, we've got to move to public funding of elections.
Senator, in the 40 seconds before the break, do you see progress on that?
I think, like everything else, Tom, no, I don't see progress. Certainly the Republicans do not want to see that because they're the beneficiaries of the Koch brothers and other big money. I think you see a number of Democrats who are moving in that direction. And I think you see the people of this country profoundly disgusted with these attack ads after attack ads, with a situation in which super PACs will play a more significant role in a campaign than the candidate himself or herself will. What sense does that make? Yeah. That a super PAC can put more money into TV ads and organizing than the candidate himself or herself. That is where we are. That is a horrendous place to be.